Hey guys, so what I would like to speak about right now is about this story that I heard. It's supposedly a Native American story, and it's just this grandfather chief who's telling his grandkids about these two wolves that are inside of every human being. One's a good wolf and one's a bad wolf. And these two wolves get fed by what you do and by what you think. The good wolf gets fed, of course, by love and by kindness to others and to yourself, charity, whatever makes you happy. And the bad wolf gets fed by hatred towards oneself, towards others, just anything negative. And their grandfather is just telling the children how to let the bad wolf die, and that's by starving it. And that's what I want to talk about today is feeding the good wolf. We must always remember that we have the free choice as human beings and as people in this government, in this country, in this world, whatever, we aren't, our minds aren't enslaved, and we have always had and will always have the free choice to choose positive or to choose negative in our lives. And um, I just want you to remember and to recognize that, of course, our choices affect what we have and what we get in the future. And we all have dreams, and all of our dreams are out there. All of them are ready for us to get them. And we might not get them in the next week or in the next month or in the year or so. But whatever we do to work towards that dream is one step closer. And even though it may seem like it's hopeless sometimes, I promise you that as long as you're working hard and honestly and diligently, you will get that dream that you have always wanted. Um, Always remember to feed the positive, good side in you. And I'm not saying we all have a bad side. I'm just saying feed yourself with positive thoughts. Tell yourself that you can do it. Motivate yourself. Motivate people around you. Tell yourself that you can do it, and find ways to put your plan into action. And when you find yourself thinking negative thoughts, thinking that everything is hopeless, stop feeding the bad wolf and start feeding the good wolf again. It's hard for us to remember to feed the good wolf because we get so caught up in everything that we're doing wrong. And I know it's hard in this society. We're so focused on what is going wrong in our society, but really, if we step back and we weigh the pros and the cons, we will have a lot more pros. And when you feel like you need a little upper, make a list of some pros in your life. Name all the good and positive things in your life. One, that you're alive and that you're even here. Your life could always be so much worse. But just remember that you have it good, and there's a reason for that you're here, and there's a happiness just made for you out there. And just do your best to keep that positivity in your mind, because your mind, to me, in my opinion, is the greatest tool that you have. It was the intelligence, it was an idea that sprouted from the mind that caused us to build houses, to cause the Wright brothers to think of a flying machine. If it wasn't for an idea and for the mind, we wouldn't be as advanced and as comfortable as we are nowadays. So just remember that if other people did it, you can do it too. And there's not a difference between my intelligence and your intelligence and Einstein's intelligence. We are all intelligent. It's just how we think that keeps us from doing what we want. If we constantly fill our minds with negative thoughts about ourselves and about other people, and we sit back and instead of doing the steps that we should be doing to get to our dreams, if we sit back and we do something like spend hours on the computer just doing nothing, pretty much, then you're not gonna get to where you want to be. I mean, you have to meet God and the universe halfway. You can't just sit back and say, okay, I'm ready to be a millionaire, and then all of a sudden wake up one day and be a millionaire, because that's not going to happen. Realistically, you have to work for that too. You have to work just as hard as the other people worked, you know? But just trust that it's realistic, that it's a realistic goal. Just because you have to work hard doesn't make it impossible. Impossible, means that it can never ever happen. This can happen. It's just difficult, and difficult doesn't mean that it's impossible. It just means that you have to work. But be grateful for that work. Be grateful for the opportunities that you have to be able to face obstacles, because those obstacles are what make you grow. Those obstacles are what will bring you closer to being who you really are, because nothing worth having in life comes easy. And the harder you work, the more incredible things you will have in your life. Now, it doesn't mean that we should slave over things, of course not, but we should at least make some effort to work, to challenge ourselves. We can't always be comfortable in life. Life is not about being comfortable. I believe that we are becoming too comfortable in our society, and that's causing a lot of problems, a lot of physical problems, and a lot of social and mental and emotional problems, obesity. I even think Facebook is a problem sometimes. Not that I'm totally against it. I'm not totally for it. I'm not totally against it. I'm just speaking my opinion, and I just think that Facebook has made communication between us so much easier, but at the same time, it has made us lazier. What's a phone call nowadays compared to just messaging someone on Facebook? Or even, seeing someone going, knocking on your neighbor's door instead of just messaging them on Facebook, because it's so much easier. We have to remember that we as humans are mobile, that we have arms, legs, to do these things, and to not always be comfortable. It's about challenge, and challenge is what makes life worth living. We aren't here to be comfortable for the rest of our lives. We're here to challenge that comfortableness and to grow from what we are on the inside. And by feeding the good wolf, you're going to be open to challenges and to those things in your life that you thought you could never be open to. And just remember that if you're up for it, then a challenge will come your way, but be grateful for it. And I hope that makes sense. There's so much in life that I would love to teach, and life itself is a learning process. We'll never stop learning, and we may never reach the pinnacle of perfection that we have for ourselves, but that's the beauty of it, is that we will always be working hard. And who can be upset at you, especially God, if you're always working hard and if you're always doing your best, genuinely and honestly. So just want you to remember that as long as you're feeding the good wolf, whatever you do in life will always be right, even if it feels completely wrong. And as long as you're doing your best and you're working hard and you're being honest and true and loving and faithful, good things will always come your way. They will always come your way. And when bad things come your way, just remember that everything happens for a reason, and just try to find the silver lining in the bad situation.